Once again, joining you from the LAFC Performance Center, this is LAFC Black and Golds. I am Max Bredos. Glad you could join us. Let me begin this week's show with two words. Playoffs, baby. LAFC, they are in. This is what the bracket looks like right now. As I give you some news and notes for this week for you to work on as we look towards this stretch run. So they're currently third in the West. Now keep in mind, the bracket of this MLS Cup playoffs are wild. Over the last 6 years, a team that finished first in their conference made MLS Cup once. You also want to finish in the top two regardless, though, if you're LAFC. Remember last year's darling expansion team, Atlanta? They finished fourth. They hosted a first-round game in the wild card. They were knocked out after one game. So you want to get in the top two because you want at least 2 games, and then you take it from there. Other big news that was circulating around this week in Major League Soccer, Matias Almeyda, a coach that many people are familiar with, taking the job in San Jose. This is the latest high-profile coaching edition of Major League Soccer. Think of Patrick Vieira, Tata Martino, our own Bob Bradley, and Almeyda. Now, San Jose LAFC, not a big rivalry yet, but this certainly helps develop that down the road. Just keep in mind, the San Jose Earthquakes and teams in Northern California and Southern California, they have a great rivalry in every sport, so expect this one to develop as well. Finally, a lot has been made about the great season LAFC had and what made them special. Well, to me, one thing sticks out. That is their road record. As it stands now, they have 7, still with a chance to get number 8. They've been compared to the other 4 MLS teams to make the playoffs in their first season in the league. No one, except for the Chicago Fire in 1998, were able to get 7 road wins. That has been huge, and that's why I feel LAFC certainly could have a lot of staying power in those playoffs. Speaking of road wins, that's what LAFC were able to obtain on Saturday in Colorado. Let's look back at how they did it and got into the postseason.
Clinching the playoffs is an important feat for our team. Momentum is key in MLS going into the playoffs. Number one is having that confidence, that momentum that you can win games going into the playoffs. There's 4 games, all of them winnable. I think the next 3 games are vital to put ourselves in the right position. A game against Colorado on the road at the end of the season, man, it's about winning championships and winning trophies. So we got to start playing our best football here towards the end of the season now.
LAFC will try to clinch a playoff spot with a victory over Colorado Rapids at Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Commerce City, Colorado. Taking his time, here he comes, the delivery, right near the 6. Ball deflected loose and in! It's a goal for LAFC! 1-0 to the black and gold, and it's Walker Zimmerman for his 3rd of the season. LAFC have grabbed the lead in Colorado. Zimmerman went up strong and the ball got through all kinds of traffic. Behind his teammate, Wynn steals it. Wynn racing towards the goal. Wynn 30 yards from goal. Off to Diamante, into the 18, the shot by Dio and in! Goal, LAFC, 2nd of the match, 1st for Dio in 7 matches coming in, and it's his 10th of the season. LAFC lead 2-0. Looking forward to Kovar, tucked inside of it. Kovar laying it off with a good run from Diamante. The shot, goal! Adama Diamante has scored his 2nd of the match. Another great run at the top of the 18. He's fed well, and he makes Colorado pay. It's 3-0. It's over. LAFC are playoff bound.
A good win, not an easy place to play.
Important step, qualify for the playoffs. Still 3 games left, so 9 points to still shoot for. We think we have a good team, and so if you want to compete at the end of the year, the first thing you have to do is make the playoffs. So as I mentioned, I think we're excited, going in a good direction, and ready to keep pushing this thing along.
Fantastic team for performance, and we clinched the playoffs, so very happy for the club and all my teammates and the LAFC family, so I'm very happy for that win.
Hey, LAFC made it look pretty systematic that they were going to make the playoffs, but it is no easy feat. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. And now they join a very select group of teams, becoming only the 5th first-year club to make the postseason. And now it's all about raising your credentials and get as high as you can in the Western Conference. In order to do that, gotta win in your next game at home. That's the Houston Dynamo. We know LAFC fans know this club well. It's been a tricky opponent so far this season. So we're gonna talk to Bob Bradley about it when we come back on LAFC Black and Gold. We are back here on LAFC Black and Gold, as we do every week, joined by head coach Bob Bradley. And Bob, there was an interesting moment in the game against the Rapids. Against the Fire, there was an early opportunity for LAFC. They didn't convert it, and then the Fire were able to take control. There was a missed opportunity early in this game, and then moments later, Walker Zimmerman, a few minutes later, Zimmerman. From your perspective, what was different the way the team looked where they were able to do that?
Well, you're right. I mean, in both games, Diego had good chances. Certainly, we think Diego is a player that in some of those with some of those opportunities is going to score more often than not, but that's football. And I liked against Colorado that we kept at it, and then off of the attacking corner got the first goal, and then we're able to keep going from there. But the ability to handle different moments in the game, continue to try to play your football, keep trying to create good opportunities while at the same time organizing yourself so that you don't give up chances. I mean, that's the balance that you look for in a team.
Good balance, certainly in the midfield. From my perspective, I'd love to hear what you thought. And you had Lee Wynn, Benny Feilhaber, Carlos Vela coming out back to that group. What did you see on how they were able to interchange, work as a group?
I liked the way our midfield played, for sure. When we play Carlos as a 10, it certainly gives him more freedom. And against Colorado, he was able to find the ball in some very good attacking spaces, a little bit closer to goal. Those are really important details for us. And then the balance between Benny and Lee was excellent. I would give Benny a lot of credit that without Edward, he knew that defensively he needed to be disciplined. His concentration for the positioning and the control of the game needed to be spot on, and I thought he did a really good job.
We mentioned Lee, that's a lot of jobs for these guys, and they were able to do them effectively, from defending to moving the team into the attack. And now that brings up to the Houston game. Short week for them as they played on Monday night. So this is a team that obviously LAFC knows familiar. Maybe some bad memories certainly along the way.
For sure.
So what do you take away from those experiences that you take into this final game, which will be at Bank of California Stadium?
Well, I mean, we're not usually using the idea that we owe this team one. Yep. And it won't get said that way. But nonetheless, I think deep down, all of us feel like we owe them. So now, just because you feel that way, you've got to still go about every game the right way. And so in a home game, it's our ability to get control. Houston still, as an attacking team, has some dangerous players. Manotas has had an excellent year. And even in their defeat against Seattle on Monday, he had some really good chances. So we'll focus a lot on how he is the danger man and how we need to control that. But as always, the real focus is on our ability to create chances, our ability to control transition, play our football.
So 3 games remain, 2 at home, the Dynamo game, then the Whitecaps, and then on the road at SKC. When you look at that group, we know certainly you take the one game at a time here. When you look at that run-in, what comes to mind for Bob Bradley?
9 points.
Yes.
And obviously with a lot to play for. So we want to finish the season in the best, strongest way possible, playing our best football, and primed for the playoffs. So that's what these last 3 games mean.
I would look forward to them, and thanks to you as always, Bob, and we'll see you on Friday night.
Thank you.
From Bob Bradley to Bob Bradley's bobblehead. We always said it was a season of firsts. Friday night, the first LAFC bobblehead giveaway, and it's Bob. First 10,000 fans at Bank of California Stadium Friday night will receive one of these. You can't have this one. This one's mine. I've got a place for it. Did you know LAFC is a destination now for soccer fans? And we had a visitor all the way from the United Kingdom, the UK, jolly old England. Here he is.
I'm Matt Sidaway. This is Zoe Sidaway. We're from Wolverhampton in the UK, so we've come here for the honeymoon. Zoe won't like me admitting this, but we have only come for the football. I've started following LA from the start, mainly because I've always been into MLS football, but never had a team to follow. And then after coming to LA last year, I knew I had to follow an LA team, and this was it. I fell in love with the city when I came here last year, but didn't know about LAFC until I got home. And then when I got home, I saw all the things that the fans were doing for LAFC on Twitter, and I thought I've got to come to it. I've got to see it for myself. This is unreal.
Crazy.
I've been in a box at the Hawthorns at the Albion, and it's nothing like this.
It's just like a VIP.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not very good at this.
Definitely get a photo of that. Has that been purpose-built like that for the view? It's unreal, that is. I've said unreal a lot today, haven't I? I think I need to find a new word.
It's the best day of your life.
Yeah. It's going to be unreal. It's going to be unlike anything that I've seen at an English game. It's even just outside the ground. We have nothing like that back at home. It's like we're looking now at everybody at the tailgate, and nothing like that at all in England.
LAFC third in the Western Conference on 47 points, take on the San Jose Earthquakes here at Banc of California Stadium.
A little bit more concentration going forward.
Vela, heart of the sixth, the header to the back of the net. What a goal by Walker Zimmerman. He came flying in and with power just hit it home.
It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. They haven't stopped before the first whistle, all the way through to the end. They haven't stopped singing, have they? Until you've witnessed this. I think this has ruined English football for me now. I'll never forget that. I will never forget seeing this.
And it was great to chat with Matt and Zoe from Wolverhampton. And this is going to happen more and more. You talk about the word of mouth, the grassroots, and it's getting out not only in Los Angeles, but all over the world. People want to see this team. When we return on LAFC Black and Gold, we're going to sit down with the man who had a huge game in Colorado on Saturday. It's Lee Nguyen. Welcome back to LAFC Black and Gold. I am here with, you know him, you love him. It's Lee Nguyen. Lee, not only did I, but Mark Anthony Kaye gave you the MVP of the game on Saturday. We saw you winning ball. We saw you getting the team from defense to offense. How did you feel about that performance?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great overall team performance. You know, we came back and responded well after the Chicago loss, and you know, this game I thought we came out with the right energy, right attitude, and not only did we get the 3 goals, but we also got the shutout away.
Yeah, and the ball winning, you're getting stuck in there a few times.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the business.
That's part of the business. We know certainly with your role here, as Bob Bradley has mentioned it to you, and your birthday was on Sunday, so you could celebrate with a victory. And did the celebrations roll into Sunday?
A little bit. Yeah, nah.
Got to take care of number one.
Absolutely, and yeah, it was fun because, you know, like I said, it was good to get the win and clinch the playoffs, and then you know, we were able to, you know, celebrate a little bit after the game with the boys, and that was nice.
Do you ever stop to think about that? I mean, back in April, you were kind of in the wilderness, somewhat. You were with the club, but not really, and then now here you are, big part of a team that's heading to the postseason. Do you ever stop to just let that all soak in?
It is an awesome feeling, and it's one I told my girlfriend when we were home, and I was like, man, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty refreshing that, you know, the last 4 games or whatever, like, you're not having to fight or know, like, are we gonna make it? Like, what's everybody else doing? And like I said, like, this was all up to us, and
now we can relax, enjoy, and work on trying to get the seeding for playoffs now with the last 3 games.
Yeah, that little bullet points next to you saying you're in. So you're going to be viewed or looked upon as, in a club with a lot of guys that haven't played in MLS Cup playoffs, let alone playoffs, as a guy who's been there and done that. And the last couple of years, not the case, but how can you bring that know-how not only for the postseason, but that stretch run, knowing where these guys have to be to get the most out of this?
Yeah, I think we try to, tell everyone, and these last games, even though they're regular season, but we try to treat it like playoffs, and we know that it's all about coming in with the right mindset right now to prepare ourselves. And I think the big difference, obviously, in the postseason is the 2-leg.
Yep.
And you see teams who literally lose it after the first game, and so those are things we got to be mindful of, obviously. But like I said, we proved that we can go away and play and win games, and then that's what we're going to have to do in the postseason.
I like that. Stay locked in on that first leg, regardless of the fact. Lee Nguyen being a big factor in the stretch run and heading towards the postseason for LAFC. Lee playing big minutes every game, and you may have noticed he was wearing an Uninterrupted hat, which is a media company of LeBron James, which coincidentally released a video of the 23 athletes/celebrities in LA that were the first to receive a LeBron James Laker jersey. That list included our very own Carlos Vela.
What's up, LeBron? Todd Gurley here, man, LA Rams.
Kenley Jansen from the Dodgers.
Hey LeBron, Jared Goff here with the LA Rams.
I want to say thank you to LeBron and all the organization of the Lakers.
Just want to say thank you for the jersey. My first LeBron jersey ever, man, and just want to say welcome to LA.
I wanted to say thank you for choosing myself and then Todd as 2 of the chosen few. We appreciate it. It's a big honor, and I wanted to welcome you to LA.
I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for that jersey.
Oh, my God. Bron.
Thank you, LeBron. Thank you, Lakers. Welcome to LA.
I'm going to be around this year and the court side, work for the Lakers and LeBron.
Hey, we're going to bring two championships to the city, baby.
I'll be watching. I'm going to come to the games, and hopefully you can come to the Dodger games, and I can catch your first pitch. So just remember that.
Oh, so I don't get no King James.
I certified!
So I don't get no King James. So only y'all get a ticket to the Lake Show.
To say those LeBron James jerseys were a hot commodity are a huge understatement. Everybody wanted one. I wanted one. Only a select few could get it, and Carlos Vela was one of them. All right, so LAFC back at it Friday night, Houston Dynamo, Banc of California Stadium. Game is on YouTube TV starting at 6:30. My +1 from Fox Sports, it's Ian Joy. Get to the stadium if you can't. Watch it on YouTube TV. Big game as LAFC head into that final stretch run. Playoffs, baby.